Welcome back once again, and as we all know that U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio have wrapped up a visit to the Gulf, especially meeting with Bahraini officials on a final leg through his trip to the Middle East, and he has acknowledged his delicate mission in pitching the peace deal to the Gulf Arab leaders who fear excessive concessions, of course, will strengthen Tehran and reshape the region's security balance and oil flows on that particular issue, and of course embarking most importantly over the nuclear activities, whether it is going to be halted as ordered by the United States, if Iran are going to put it to a temporary or a final halt. This is going to be an eternal question, and if this is going to also probably be a burden or a difficulty in the way of the success of this memorandum of understanding between the two parts. We're very delighted to be having with us here Dr. Ali Islam. He's former chairman of the Egyptian Atomic Energy Authority. Good morning, Dr.
Good morning.
Islam.
Thank you.
How are you doing, sir? So let us talk about that issue, which is the nuclear activities of Iran, and at the same time Iran is have made it once and foremost that they're not going to give up on their nuclear activities. But still the United States is giving this condition as the first and foremost, first priority for the Memorandum of Understanding.
Yes, the Memorandum of Understanding actually is very universal, very not going in such details, and leaving many critical things to the negotiating process. Ultimately, what the United States of America is looking for is to deprive Iran from any future access to nuclear weapons, but also to restrict the development of the enrichment process to a certain extent that is not usable for nuclear weapons. So the negotiating process is achieving a part on this aspect, but the devil actually lies in the details. The details is that what we have to do with 60% enriched uranium 235, which can be easily enriched more to 90% or more, which is nuclear weapon material needed. So it is a very delicate question, and the ultimate goal of USA is to have these 60% or about 460 kilogram of highly enriched uranium to have it, or alternatively to dilute it in place to a certain percentage, which in the previous agreement they agreed to have only to 3.67 percentage concentration of uranium-235, the previous agreement. But what, according to the declaration of officials of USA, they would like to dilute it evenly, maybe to 2% or less. Which means that the material itself, when the technology is there and the human resources are there, and the equipment, some of the equipment for centrifugal enrichment is there, can be easily concentrated again to the required position.
But then the question would be, yes, is that why would we get into all that hassle? I mean, all those concerns that both sides are having Isn't there an institution called the International Atomic Energy Agency?
That's true.
And there are inspectors. Why don't they go by the book and allow the inspection in a very formal way with transparency? Nothing less, nothing more. That is going to resolve the problem.
This is the right question and the right answer at the same time. The IAEA,
so what is the whole hassle about?
Yes, the IAEA is mandated actually officially through the Council of the Security Council. Officially, these are the organizations responsible for safeguarding the nuclear materials. So they have to inspect and go by the book. But the problem is that since the war or previously before, there has been no access or very limited access to the sites in Iran. So
is it, I mean, no access to the sites,
now,
the same as Israel, that has zero access to their sites? I mean,
yes,
they have visited before.
The
IAEA.
The IAEA visited the sites which are declared by Israel as nuclear
by
facility.
Iran, which are declared by Iran.
No. You are comparing the situation in Israel with the situation in Iran.
No, I mean when you said that they have only visited the sites which were declared by Iran to visit, right?
Yes, but even these sites are prohibited now. Since the war.
Okay.
Since the war, there has been
that
some...
That is normal. It's normal to be prohibited because there is a war.
There has been some visits shortly before the war for Bushehr nuclear facility for producing electricity. This is clear.
Exactly, but it is normal because they are in a state of war. But once this war comes to an end by the memorandum of understanding, it becomes normal for Iran to allow the inspection of the International Atomic Energy Agency. They have never denied it.
They have never denied it, but on the ground, there has been no official declaration that they accept. That's the problem. So we are in the middle.
Currently speaking.
Yet currently speaking, we are in the middle of the real state and the declarations. There are no declarations that they say that Mr. Grossi, the head of International Atomic Energy Authority, met with Swiss officials and declared his wish to visit these sites again. Okay, but there is no official declaration against from Iran that they accept.
Of course they haven't accepted because there are no official, I mean, there are no bilateral relations, there is nothing, everything is put as a halt. They are in a state of war, and that's why there isn't something like that. But once they go to normal, they're going to receive him. But my question to you, sir, is concerning that particular issue, because the whole thing is revolving about enriching uranium.
That's true.
It has been on for years and years, even before the administration of President Donald Trump, but with different circumstances, of course. Before this war, before February, it was the issue also, and they had the negotiations in Switzerland, if you can...
They have negotiations in many places, actually,
and they breached, they violated, and they were striking Iran. But then there was no denial on Iran's part for an inspection back then, before the date of the war.
No. There has been some denials at certain sites.
At certain sites.
At certain sites, yes.
That's what you want to point out.
The IAEA stated that certain sites there has been suspicion that they have enriched even more than 60%. And unless they receive a definite technical answer to this question, for the file is not closed by the agency. So they are insisting that they cannot assure that Iran is not having the intention to build a nuclear weapon. So they cannot assure this. When they can assure, when they can visit all the sites concerning enrichment and all the nuclear facilities at any time. And previously Iran has declared that they accept the additional protocol, not officially, but as a confidence building measure. And
that's a good word.
Yes, but they stopped it after the negotiation was disrupted, because when a file is opened by the International Atomic Energy Authority agency, it can have some years to close. They have to be pretty sure that the technical declaration of them are right.
Yeah, that's one point also.
Yes, and
so if you like to elaborate on this, how can this be assured? I mean, is there anybody else to mediate or inspect over the reports?
The reports, they have to, the agency have the authority to negotiate with the country. Each country has a facility at what they call facility attachment. That each country has some activities in enriching. Other countries has no enrichment, but only nuclear reactors for research and so on. So each country is specific. The exact agreement with Iran is very detailed. Even when you look at the agreement, the previous agreement, it exactly describes what are the measures to be respected by Iran, and at which facility, and in which frequencies the inspector shall go. So it is very much detailed. Or, for example, when they, of course, the agency has to respect the particularity of innovation or some secret things, and at this case they can seal the whole facility and to say, you have here some material by weight, and at the end of the facility you have to have the same. You don't have to have a loss or gain. So it is sealing. They have to have cameras for.
They have to have surveillance.
They have to have surveillance.
Do they have
surveillance? They had surveillance about some sites
but not
Iran,
with others.
But not with others. And even the surveillance was not successful all over the years, because there has been no confidence. That when the real problem is that there is no explanation why 60% of enrichment, the declaration of the Iranian part, that it is used for medical and research. There is no clear application saying that 60% is necessary for such applications.
There is no application.
There is no application clear, convincing the whole world.
On the International Atomic Energy Agency?
Yes, there's no.
So on what basis are they going to criminalize that? I mean, on what basis are they going to accuse them?
Because they have to have some reaction that the head of the United States has rejected the whole agreement, and so they make it for escalation.
They have escalated, but then
escalated as a response.
Are there legislations, with the general legislations? It is there.
Yes.
For atomic energy.
For the International Atomic Energy Authority, and
for nuclear enrichment.
Yes, it is.
So where is the problem? You said there is no application.
No. I will explain it. It's a very delicate question.
Of course, it's complicated for us.
Actually, no, it is easy. The treaty, the non-proliferation treaty,
yes.
non-proliferation treaty
Yes.
states that no country is except the nuclear club. Russia and the USA, England, France and China. They are allowed because they have already officially. But the other countries are not are requested not to acquire
so that's
anything.
the problem.
That's the problem. And on the other hand, they encourage the countries to use the nuclear facilities for peaceful applications, and they encourage the countries to have mutual cooperation in this respect for enriching. And two processes are very critical. The enrichment process and the production of plutonium through reprocessing. When any country has these two technologies, they are suspected that they can have the facility to have enough material of the fissionable products to build an atomic bomb. So Iran is saying we are not deprived from that
particular issue.
But the problem is that they didn't declare it.
So they have it. They have those particles. They have those.
They have enrichment. They have enrichment mainly. But in some sites they didn't declare that they have this facility.
The plutonium?
The uranium 235.
Which is the normal allowed.
No, it is allowed.
But not for them.
No, but not for when you declare them.
Okay.
But they didn't declare.
But it is for peaceful means.
No, there were some facilities. Even if it were for peaceful means,
they have
international they have to declare. But
then okay.
Yes, because they have anything which can be used for peaceful when it's diverted.
It could not be peaceful.
For example, if you work with a certain nuclear facility, even in the nuclear facility for generating electricity, or even for research, okay? If you work with very low power, this is very suspectable by the agency. When you have this low power, the percentage of enrichment is very high. The percentage that you enrich.
So it's how you regulate it. It's how you regulate the substance in your hands.
How you regulate is to respect and to be transparent with the international community.
Okay.
Transparency is the keyword.
So it's not the substance, it's not the plutonium, it's not the other substance, it is how you regulate it.
Yes,
those are the rules, and you have to regularly inspect it, to be inspected.
You have to regularly inspect and allow when you have suspicion. Then it's very why Iran declares that they will have the additional protocol to be in place, not officially but for building confidence. That the additional protocol allow inspection at any time, even with 2 hours previous.
So this could happen to Russia, to the United States.
If they are apart. If the additional protocol is not obligatory, it's not obligatory to have it. You have to for the.
It is obligatory to the member countries.
No. If you access, if you are.
So it is obligatory to the people who are not members.
No, people are members of the International Atomic Energy Agency, but the treaty itself is not obliging to have an additional protocol agreement. The country that provides the technology can insist that you have to sign this before I give you.
Right, but those conditions are obligatory to the member countries or the countries who are not member? I mean, are the member countries prone?
No, the countries who signed the treaty.
So, who are the members who signed the treaty? That means
not all the members of the International Atomic Energy Agency. The number of countries who signed it and
stated?
Endorsed by the parliament.
But then people, in a simple way, right?
There are more countries than the members. The members accessing the treaty or confirming that they are members of the treaty are more than the total numbers by few countries.
But simply speaking, there are members who are supposed to own nuclear energy and nuclear activities and enrich it to even higher than 60, and they are registered.
Yes, they are.
And they are inspected at any time. Those members?
No.
They're not. They could not be inspected.
Not the nuclear part, which is really a security issue. When a country is like Russia or USA, okay,
exactly,
they say we produce nuclear weapons in a certain amount to the other nuclear countries, not to us, not to all the countries, because the treaty or the is what you say is formulated for the benefit of the nuclear club. They say it is because non-proliferation, if you allow any country who has the knowledge and the money to build, then you will have 50 countries or 60 countries who can do this. But the non-proliferation, you have only 5 countries which are a nuclear club, but there are other countries which are in fact Israel has, Pakistan has, India have, North Korea have. So it is these countries which are, it is not officially declared by the Council.
Right. At the end of the day, I would like to thank you, Dr. Ali Islam, former chairman, Egyptian Atomic Energy Authority. Thank you so much for coming over to the breakfast show. And now it's Minister of Finance, Dr. Ahmed Kujuk, said or affirmed that Egypt's economy is regaining investor confidence through solid and balanced performance despite ongoing global and regional challenges. And he also added that the investment climate is improving and stressed that the government will continue its path of facilitation and simplifying for business communities through the implementation of tax and customers and incentive packages. More details in the coming report.
Minister of Finance Ahmed Kujuk affirmed that Egypt's economy is regaining investor confidence through solid and balanced performance despite ongoing global and regional challenges. The minister added that the investment climate is improving and stressed that the government would continue its path of facilitation, simplification and support for the business community through the implementation of tax and customs incentive packages. The remarks